The Girl in the Red House. The moving truck disappeared into the twilight, leaving the Chen family standing before their new home. The Victorian house loomed against the crimson sunset, its windows dark as hollow eyes. "It's bigger than I remembered," Sarah whispered, clutching 7-year-old Emma's hand. Marcus forced a smile. "More space to play, right, Emma?" But Emma pressed closer to her mother. "I don't like it here." The house sat on a hill surrounded by twisted oak trees. The previous owners had left suddenly. Family emergency, the agent said. The price was too good to refuse. As they unlocked the front door, the hinges groaned like something in pain. Emma shivered. "She was watching me from the window," Emma announced over breakfast the next morning, pointing upstairs. The girl with long hair and the big smile. Marcus and Sarah exchanged glances. "What girl, honey?" Sarah asked. She waved at me. She had yellow eyes like a cat. That afternoon, Sarah heard laughter drifting from upstairs. Not Emma's laughter, but something sharper, more musical. Emma looked up from her toys. "That's her, the girl with yellow eyes. She thinks something's funny." That evening, Marcus explored the basement. In the corner sat a carved wooden box, warm despite the cold air. Strange symbols covered its surface, seeming to shift in his flashlight beam. As he picked it up, laughter echoed behind him. The same laughter Sarah had heard. Marcus ran, dropping the box in his haste. The next morning, Emma came down with dark circles under her eyes. "The girl kept me awake. She wanted to play scary games." Emma rubbed her eyes. "Her name is Lily. She's been waiting for another family." "Waiting for what?" Marcus asked. "To play forever." Marcus drove to the town library. Mrs. Patterson, the librarian, grew serious when he mentioned their address. "The house on the hill," she said, pulling out a local history book. "Built by Henry Blackwood in 1892. He lived there with his wife Margaret and daughter Lily." She showed him a photograph. The Blackwood family. The little girl had long blonde hair and an unnaturally wide smile. Even in the faded photo, her eyes seemed to glow. "There was a fire in 1899, Mrs. Patterson continued. Henry and Margaret escaped, but little Lily died in her bedroom. Strange thing was, her room showed no fire damage. She'd simply stopped breathing." Marcus felt cold. "Did anyone else live there?" "Many families tried. None stayed long. Children would go missing for hours, found in impossible places. Always reports of a little girl wanting to play." "What happened to the families?" "Most left quickly. But the Hendersons had a daughter Lily's age. One morning they found both girls having a tea party in the kitchen. Problem was, their daughter had been dead for 3 days. Marcus's blood froze. "Dead?" Coroner said she'd simply faded away. No injuries, just gone. The parents said. She'd been talking to Lily right until the end. When Marcus returned home, the house was too quiet. He found Emma in her room chatting with empty air. "Hi, Daddy. Lily was telling me about the secret room." "Where's Mommy?" "Store. Lily wants to show me something special." Emma listened to silence. "She says there's a place where we can play forever." Marcus looked at the large mirror on Emma's wall. In the reflection, just for a moment, he saw her, a girl with blonde hair and burning amber eyes, standing beside Emma with one pale hand on his daughter's shoulder. "She says you can." "See her now," Emma said. "She says that means it's almost time." The temperature plummeted. Frost formed on the mirror as the reflection changed, showing the room as it had been over a century ago. The figure in the mirror turned to face Marcus directly, its smile stretching, impossibly wide. "She's going to stay with me now," the reflection spoke. "We're going to play wonderful games." Marcus grabbed Emma and ran downstairs as footsteps echoed overhead, small, deliberate steps pacing the hallway. Sarah returned to find Marcus pale and Emma tearful. "Lily's upset," Emma explained. "She doesn't like when people take her friends away." The footsteps grew louder, doors slamming throughout the house. Then came the laughter, seeming to emerge from the walls themselves. "I've been waiting so long for a friend," a voice echoed around them. "Emma understands loneliness." Sarah grabbed Emma's hand. "We're leaving. Now." But the front door slammed shut, refusing to budge. The back door followed, then all the windows. The lights flickered as child-sized shadows danced along the walls. "She doesn't want us to leave," Emma said calmly. "She says we're family now." Marcus remembered the wooden box. "Sarah, take Emma to the living room." He descended to the basement where the box lay glowing with amber light. The carved symbols pulsed like a heartbeat. As he picked it up, Lily's voice drifted from upstairs. "Your daddy wants to send me away, Emma. But this is my house. I died here, and now I live here forever." Marcus climbed the stairs. The footsteps had reached the kitchen door. Small feet in old-fashioned shoes cast shadows beneath the gap. "Emma," Marcus knelt down. "Tell Lily I have something that belongs to her." Emma listened to empty air, then smiled with Lily's too wide grin. "She says you shouldn't have touched it. Tell her if she wants it back, she has to let us leave first." Emma shook her head. "She says no, the box keeps her strong. Without it, she might fade away." Marcus held the box high. "If you don't let us go, I'll destroy this." The laughter stopped. Emma's eyes widened. "She's very angry. She says you can't destroy it because it's part of her. Then she knows I'm serious." Emma smiled, her own smile this time. "She says okay, but only until tomorrow. If you're not back by sunset, she'll find us." The front door crashed open. They ran to their car, Marcus still clutching the burning hot box. As they drove away, Marcus glimpsed the house in his rearview mirror. A small figure stood in an upstairs window, watching them leave with that terrible smile. At a roadside motel, they tried to rest, but Emma sat up in bed, speaking to the air. "Lily's sad. She says you took her heart." The wooden box pulsed with eerie light. "She says without it, she gets weaker until she's just a whisper." The motel mirror began to frost over. In the reflection, Marcus saw their room transformed. Victorian furniture, different wallpaper. Behind Emma's bed stood Lily, reaching toward their daughter with translucent fingers. "Give me back my heart," Lily's voice filled the room, "or I'll take what I need to stay strong." Marcus gripped the box tighter. "You're dead, Lily. You need to let go." "Let go to what? To being alone forever?" Her voice cracked with desperation. "Emma understands. She knows what it's like to be new, to have no friends." "But Emma has us," Sarah said firmly. "She has family. Real friends grow up. Real friends leave. But if Emma stays with me, we can be friends forever." Marcus felt the truth settle like ice in his stomach. "You want to kill her." "I want to save her from loneliness, from growing up and losing everything." The box burned in Marcus's hands, its symbols blazing. He could feel something desperate moving inside. "What's in the box, Lily?" "Everything I had left. All my love, and loneliness and fear. When I died, the part that couldn't bear to be alone stayed behind, trapped and growing hungrier." Marcus understood. The box was a prison, and every family had unknowingly fed the entity inside. "There's another way," he said gently. "What if we help you find peace instead of keeping you trapped?" Lily's reflection flickered with uncertainty. "I don't know how." Marcus looked at his daughter. "Emma, tell Lily that sometimes the bravest thing is letting go. Tell her that being alone doesn't mean being forgotten." As Emma spoke, Lily's desperate hunger faded to something like hope. "Tell her that real friendship means wanting what's best for your friend, even if it means goodbye." Lily looked at Emma one last time. "I would have liked to be your real friend." Emma smiled sadly. "You are my friend. That's why I want you to be happy." The box grew lighter, its glow dimming. In the mirror, Lily's reflection faded to translucence. "I can feel myself letting go," she whispered. Her last expression was peaceful, not the terrible grin, but a gentle smile of a child finally ready to rest. The mirror returned to normal. The box was cool and dark. Emma yawned. "She says thank you. She's not scared anymore." The next morning, Marcus sold the box to an antique dealer who was delighted with the Victorian piece. The Chen family found a nice apartment in town and never returned to the house on the hill. Sometimes Emma would look thoughtful, and when asked what she was thinking, she'd smile and say, "Just wondering if she found what she was looking for." Marcus hoped she had. He hoped that somewhere beyond, a little girl named Lily was finally at peace, free to discover whatever adventures awaited those brave enough to let go. The house still stands empty, slowly being reclaimed by the forest. But sometimes neighbors report a warm light in the upstairs window, not the cold glow that once frightened families away, but something gentle and welcoming, like a nightlight for a child no longer afraid of the dark.